how people think the importance of love is. And so we'll probably ask you the questions and then say, is there anything you want to add? And if you just want to tell us your general story, that would be really good too.
You're fine. All right.
I think we're good whenever you are.
Sounds great. Okay, so what is your definition of love, or what is love to you, as far as romantic, that is?
To me, love is a special bond that two people share, and it's really unique just, between the two of them. You share your thoughts, your emotions, your dreams, your life goals. It's just a deeper connection than you would have with, one of your friends or someone in your family or just someone that you would happen to meet.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years as far as...
In 10 years, I'm probably going to be living happily in Stockholm with my boyfriend, who will probably be at least my fiance, if not married by then. I'll probably be teaching English at an English school they have over there. I have a bunch of potential employers lined up. I'm already starting to look at grad schools and potential jobs and places that I could work and career lines that I could go into over by him.
So, before you met your now boyfriend, was that your plan to move to Sweden, or?
I have always been wanting to move abroad, so this would make it a lot easier for me, but I'm not using him to go abroad or anything, but it just makes things a lot easier. I've always had an attachment to France and just Europe in general, and what happened is when I met him in person for the first time, I was actually studying abroad in France, and then things just kind of went from there, and I didn't plan for things to happen this way, but I'm not upset at all that things happened the way they did.
Cool. So we have a question, would you or have you ever made any life decisions based on love?
Yes, I have totally made life decisions based on love. I haven't necessarily put my relationship before myself exactly. I do want to go to grad school, and I'm not going to sacrifice that for my relationship, but I feel like in a good relationship you shouldn't have to sacrifice things like that. Your partner should be willing to support you no matter what, and that's exactly what my boyfriend and I have going on. He understands that I want to go to grad school, and I want to get an MFA in creative writing, which isn't available in Sweden or anywhere other than Britain in terms of Europe. So he's okay with the fact that I want to take 2 extra years and do my MFA here. I forgot the question.
No, you basically answered it. It was, have you ever made any life decisions based on love? How do you know when you're in love?
You know when you're in love, basically, it just hits you like a ton of bricks. You don't really think about it, you just suddenly realize it one day. You're just like, holy, can I say shit?
Yeah. Why not?
Why
Should I
not?
start my answer over?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. The feeling of being in love hits you like just a ton of bricks. You don't really think about it or anything. You just suddenly feel, oh shit, I love this person. I would do almost anything to be with them, and I just want to be with them for as long as I possibly can.
Cool. Do you think that in the end, there's bad breakups or even divorces, but do you think in the end everyone ends up finding love, or do you think people are I'm trying to say, if you have a decision and you decide to go this way or this way, you're going to find love regardless, or you kind of missed out on your opportunity?
I like to think that there's somebody out there for everyone, but I'm not sure. I'm sure you could find happiness in all sorts of avenues, but whether or not love is going to bring a particular person happiness is kind of up to them. So even if a person doesn't find love, maybe that's not really what they even wanted.
Okay.
Good?
Do you think that we have this idea, or do you think do you believe in the idea that we have one person that's made for us, it's almost like our soulmate, and that person is absolutely perfect and no one else compares to them? Or do you feel like there's multiple people that you could be with in that way, I guess?
I'm kind of on the fence about the whole there's like one perfect soulmate for you out there. I mean, I love the idea of monogamy. Like, I want to be with my boyfriend forever. He's the only one for me, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, there's people out there in like polyamorous relationships who are totally fine with the fact that they're in love with like 2-3 different people at once. And I mean, I think everybody's definition of love is a little bit different. And mine just happens to be that I feel like I'm made for this guy.
Okay. How long have you want to kind of give your little story about you and your boyfriend?
Sure. My boyfriend and I, we met actually on OkCupid, of all places, a little more than 2 years ago. And we talked for about 1.5 years, and then last February when I went to study abroad, I had a spring break, so I used it to go meet him. And we weren't together at the time, we were just friends. But literally the day after I got there and got to Stockholm, we decided to start a relationship. And so we've been together for about 9 months now. So, yeah.
Cool.
Do you get to see him at all anymore, or like how do you guys stay in touch?
In terms of seeing him, I met him on my spring break in Stockholm, and then he came to visit me while I was still in France. And since then, he's visited me in the United States. He came this past summer, and then I'm going to see him this Christmas. But in terms of staying in contact when we're apart, we use Skype a lot, and we actually Facebook message quite a bit. And when we find the time, we write letters to each other.
That's awesome. How do you feel about the whole saying, love overcomes all? Like, nothing is as strong as love.
The whole nothing is as strong as love thing, I feel like your feelings for someone are as strong as you make them to be. Like, if a relationship has people in it who are willing to put forth the effort, then yeah, love can conquer all. But if people are wishy-washy, if the trust isn't there, then it's going to fall apart really quickly, and things are going to overcome love really fast.
Okay. Trying to think of something else. Or do you have, what would you give like advice to if you could see your younger self again and you could go back in time and almost give advice, or even give advice to people who might find themselves in a situation similar to yours, or something you've been through with that? That's kind of a hard question.
My general advice to people is don't make love happen. If you're going to try to make it happen, then you're probably not ready for it, and you're probably not going to find it. What they say about finding love as soon as you stop looking is kind of true in a way. You just have to let it happen. You can't force it. What was the saying? I found this saying a while ago. It was, love is a lot like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably shit. So I think that definitely has a lot of truth in it. And I would like to tell people that don't give up on love just because you think it can't happen. Like, if you think that being separated by school or distance is going to negatively impact your relationship, if you go into it with that kind of mindset, then yeah, it's going to totally destroy it. But if you're willing to work for it, it will work out in the end.
Good. Awesome.
How did you guys decide that you were going to move overseas to be together?
I kind of just made the decision that I wanted to go overseas, and he was totally on board with it. We don't really have any firm plans as of yet, but I really, really want to live in Europe with him no matter what. He kind of wants to move to the United States, so we can do that for a while. Sure, like, I really don't care where we are as long as we're together.
Cool. And, I don't want to, suggest this or anything, but what would your plans be if, for any reason, the two of you decided to go your separate ways?
I don't think he and I would go our separate ways, but if we did, I would probably just carry on with my pre-boyfriend plan, which was go to grad school and go to Europe anyways. So regardless of what happens, I'm still going where I want to go. It just so happens that I have a boyfriend who will hopefully be with me along the journey.
Cool.
Is there anything we didn't ask you that you think needs to be in our video?
I don't think so.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
That was awesome.
We'll I'll let you know if we end up using the video for the
Cool.
film.
And
So
what's your boyfriend's name?
Oscar.
Oscar. Okay. I think it would be interesting, as she mentioned Skype, to maybe have. When do you Skype him?
Usually like in the mornings because there's a 7-hour time difference.
Mm-hmm.
So usually like when I'm getting ready for class.
Would it be possible if we could like film you guys, like
Oh.
him on the Skype?
Yeah,
or something?
sure. I'll
'Cause we
ask
wanna
him
see
about
him.
that.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome.
would be
Wouldn't
cool.
be a big deal, just a shot of you saying hi or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, just so something that we
Oh.
can see you together.
Put it in context for
Mhm.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
I'll ask him.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And you look really cute.